Let's create some planner spreads that celebrate family and travel. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I am working on 3 custom planner spreads, all that are looking towards summer, travel, family, all of that good stuff that is just around the corner. We have one for Cheryl, who is planning a beach trip with her sisters, so she would like a beachy kind of camping theme. We're going to see what we can come up with for her. And then we have Denise, who has several road trips planned this summer, so we're going to do a road trip theme for her. And sweet Becky is planning some family game nights in the future, and she would like a memory planning spread for those. All right. I'm very excited. I will put you all on fast forward and we will see what we can come up with. As always, I will link everything that I use down in the description box below. Let's go. First up is going to be Cheryl's spread. And for this spread, I'm wanting to combine a couple of different sticker books. I pulled out Summer Fun from Plannything and Summer Elements from Live Love Posh. I will link both of those companies down below. For each of them, I have an affiliate discount code to save you a little bit on your order, so make sure to check in the description box for those. I wanted to kind of do this combination because I'm trying to capture multiple feelings within this spread. They are going camping. This is for Cheryl and her sister. They are having a celebratory trip to the beach, and she mentioned beach camping, like time on the beach, which I thought was wonderful. But she also wanted like a girl power kind of theme. She wanted it to have a girly feel because it was a trip with her sister. And so I thought these two would be a fun combination. The Summer Fun from Plannything had all of these beautiful scene stickers that were beach themed, and I've never camped on the beach. I think that that would probably be so much fun, especially just hearing the ocean at night. I think that would be gorgeous. But I know that just staring out at the beach is always a good time and something that is wonderful and rejuvenating. So I think the beach scenes are absolutely perfect. And then I'm combining them with this kind of peachy look from Live Love Posh from her Summer Elements sticker book. These are two very different styles of artwork to put together. And so when I was getting started, I was getting a little bit nervous on how they were actually flowing together. But what I have learned over the years is that when you're combining a couple of different sticker books, sometimes you have to just see it all the way through. First of all, I tried to limit the colors of boxes that I was using to just the pinks and corals and yellows, just kind of those warm colors, letting the green elements and the blue elements come just from the Plannything scenes. So I think that helped just kind of focus your eye a little bit. If there had been blue boxes or green boxes as well, I think it would have been a little bit too much. Then as I'm putting it together, I'm working really hard to make sure that I have elements from each sticker book in every little cluster, in every little vignette that I'm creating, both a scene and then usually some sort of icon of something that you might bring on a girl's trip or that you might need for this particular trip. So I like pulling those elements together. I think in the end, this ends up creating a very interesting looking spread, and actually one that I think totally ends up capturing that feel that I was going for, that whole girls having fun on the beach, that whole vibe. And I think it's so fun to capture the vibe of a vacation. It might not be the literal vacation that you're going on. So for instance, maybe you're going on a Vegas vacation. You might not want to do literal Vegas, but you might want to do something that's fun and bright and active. You know, maybe you're going to the mountains and you don't want mountainscapes, but you want a calming blue and green tone to what you are creating. You can really catch a vibe without being super literal in what you're creating in your planner. For me, what really drives this spread home in the end would be all of the words that I add. I ended up adding a quote to each little cluster area. So girls just want to have sun, absolutely perfect. We have eat, sleep, camp, repeat all the way over on the left to kind of set that camping tone. The tans will fade, but the memories will last forever. I think that is so special and so true, especially because they're going as sisters. I think that is so beautiful to have a sister trip. I have two older sisters, and I know that is something that we have enjoyed in the past. I'm going to go with Here Comes the Sun up top as I put together a little cluster up here. High tides and good vibes, and then vacay fun. So I feel like as I'm adding the words, that really helps unify the spread as well. I ended up absolutely loving the spread. When about 10 minutes into creating it, I was thinking I was going to have to start all over again. So I'm so pleased with how it came out in the end. Let me know what you think down below of how these two sticker books came together. I think that they actually worked pretty well in the end. And Cheryl, I hope you have a fantastic time celebrating a wonderful trip with your sister. I cannot wait to hear more about it. All right, our next little travel destination is not to the beach, not to the tropics, but let's go on a little road trip. Next up, we have a spread for Denise. And Denise has a lot of busy summer plans, most of which involve some serious road trips. And so I pulled two books from the Happy Planner. We went with the more recent Bright Travels, and then a book that has been out, I think maybe a little over a year, that's called Adventure Calls. And I love both of those. Adventure Calls has a lot of road trip stickers in it, but most of the stickers were a little bit more subdued in the color palette. They were greens and blues, things like that. And I didn't know that she was definitely going camping. I just know that they're doing road trips. And so I wanted to bring in some bright colors as well, which is why Bright Travels definitely popped into my head, because this is a gorgeous sticker book. I love it. It tends to lean a little bit more towards like international travel, but I think I will still be able to capture some elements. Okay, here's the thought. You guys are probably sitting here wondering why I put a ginormous sticker up top. That is the United States. I thought it would be so fun for Denise to mark on the map, like do the little dotted lines to mark out her road trips. How stinking cute would that be? She could even mark the ones for the whole summer if she ends up not just using this for one particular week, or even if she is, just go ahead and mark it for the whole summer. I thought that would be such a fun way to mark a big travel trip. And I've always wanted to use that sticker. So now Denise has it in her planner. And you know what? If she ends up not wanting to mark out the path of her road trip, then she can definitely write on top of that paper sticker as well. And it'll still be a really functional piece in her planner. Now, these are two other sticker books. Even though they are the same company, they are a little bit challenging to put together because the graphics are very different. Like I said, Bright Travels is very much bold, bright, colorful, very graphic looking, and the road trip, the Adventure Calls, those stickers a little bit more realistic, a little bit more subdued. And I wanted to make sure that I was layering them together so that you weren't really getting the international travel feel, but you were getting just travel in general. So I'm working on layering in some functional boxes. I knew where I wanted those to go. I already have in my head where I'm going to have bullet points and checklists go. And with every functional box, I'm attempting to layer in these stamp stickers. These are some of my favorite stickers. I think they are so cute, and it's fun to layer them in because it's moving color around the page and bringing in new pops of color. I'm also looking for these little camping scenes. Like I said, I don't know that they're like legit going camping, but when you think of road trips and traveling, you think of driving through the country at least at some point. So it seemed appropriate to have those scenes in there as well. Before I continued, I was trying to work on balance because, of course, when you put a huge sticker in the middle of one page, it can be kind of tricky to figure out the balance and the flow of the rest of the page. I figured once I had my functional boxes down, I should go ahead and put the bullet points down as well. I'm using them to move some of the color around the page to make sure it's more balanced color-wise, and this is helping me mark off and save spots to make sure Denise can still use this in a very functional way. You know, another tip, this might seem really obvious, but it definitely has happened to me before where I'm working with two sticker books and I just start going into one way more than the other. And I end up with one off to the side and forget that I was even using it. If you are using multiple sticker books, leave them open on your desk to those pages so that you remember to go back and forth. I kind of tried to literally go back and forth. Stickers from one book, stickers from the other book. That balance is very key in making sure that the spread doesn't feel too heavy, leaning towards one particular sticker book, because if it does, then it tends to just feel a little bit off with those other stickers from the second sticker book. All right, I loved the pack your bags. I thought this would be a good place for her to have almost a packing list for a trip that they go on. So I'm going to move this up ever so slightly. I had a little issue with this sticker. That's okay. It eventually comes up and eventually lays back down. No worse for the wear. It'll be fine. And then I'm going to add this little plan sticker right here because the pinks match really nicely. And it can be, those last minute things you have to throw into your suitcase, like the phone charger, the thing that you can't pack in advance. Just one of those last minute lists. I thought that would be helpful. All right, now I'm going to make sure I have all of these little outdoor elements. Let me look for places where all of those can belong. I love the little gas pump. I think that is so cute. And then I added, a few of the different scenes. Got to have the highway signs. Isn't this just an adorable spread? This makes me want to go on a road trip. I love road trips. And now that my kids are a little bit older, we are a little more successful at road trips. So I cannot wait for our next big one. But let me know, what do you think of Denise's road trip spread? How do you like it? How do you think these two sticker books combined? Let me know down in the comments below. And next, we are not going on another travel moment, but we are going to document something fun from the summer, and that is family time well spent. So let's take a look at Becky's spread. Becky likes to add pages in her planner for memory planning, and she just does big double pages. And so for this one, we're going to do a game night theme because she has some fun game nights coming up with her family, and why not document those? What I did was I went into Canva and literally searched game night and came up with a bunch of images that I printed out on bright white 32-pound paper, so that it was a nice quality paper, and I'm using those to almost create my own background. I knew I wanted the game night sticker book from the Happy Planner, but it turns out I've already used a lot of the game night stickers. I had some left. I definitely will be utilizing them, but I needed some more images to get that game night feel. So you can see I'm kind of just making this almost into like a junk journal-esque page because I'm just putting the games in the background, and then I'm going to build on top of those with some boxes so that there are places that Becky can A, put pictures, B, do a little bit of writing. There's some opportunities for her to use this as a memory planning spread. For the boxes, I grabbed Mojo Jojo's big rainbow boxes. I very much appreciate that she has stickers sized in both classic size and the big size. That allows me to use these a little bit more easily for a memory planning spread. I was thinking these huge double box stickers would be fantastic to put pictures on. And of course, Becky can always print out smaller pictures as well and have them kind of throughout the spread. I, again, kind of limited myself on colors with the boxes. That probably sounds weird because, of course, there are so many colors on this page, but by limiting the colors that I use on the boxes, again, it unifies the page. It kind of calms it ever so slightly. Is this a calming page? No, this ends up being a very, very full page. But the fact that it's a little bit more simplified with the boxes, I just think brings it all together in a different way. And I love how the boxes end up balancing out. So again, with the color, pink on the left, pink on the right, blue on the left, blue on the right, yellow on the left. Actually, it's kind of an orangey color, and yellow on the right. It's all about having balance. You don't want all of one color on one page, all of another color on another page, unless you're going for something very specific as far as like a rainbow theme or, a monochromatic, something like that. Now, I told you I only had a few of those game night themed stickers from the Family Time sticker book from the Happy Planner. I only had a few of them left because I think I've actually used them to create a different Patreon spread in the past. But I'm going to use what I have and fill in some of the negative space with these really pretty stickers. I love that they have a pink foil to them. I think that that is So pretty and a little bit of shine. Never hurt anyone. So we're going to add those, making sure the pink foil kind of works its way around the page. And like I said, I'm kind of just focusing on the white space, the areas that are left. I'm leaving the upper left-hand corner open because I'm going to do just a little bit of hand lettering up there as a title for the page. Originally, I was going to write out game night up there, but I have several stickers that say game night that I'm using throughout the spread. So there's really no need to write it an additional time. So instead of writing out game night, I'm just going to label this family time. So it'll be a wonderful place. It could be one specific game night. It could be, you know, documenting the games that they love playing throughout the summer. There's all kinds of ways to use a spread like this in your planner, and it's just fun to document. Once I add in the hand lettering, that is going to be it for this last custom planner spread. So I cannot wait to hear what you think, because I really liked all three of these a whole lot. So we have Cheryl's beach themed spread, we have Denise's road trip themed spread, and then of course Becky's game night spread. Let me know which one you like the most down below. As always, I will link all of the supplies that I use down in the description box below, so be sure to check those out. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. Thank you guys so much for being amazing people. If you are looking for a fun, crafty community, a ton of extra content and inspiration, head on over to Patreon. You can find the link down in the description box below. All right, I hope that you all have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.